All right, so today I'm going to show you some exercises that you can do prior to working out if you've got some, back injury history or current back pain. And so what I always like to start out with is I like to start out with a prone press up. And so I'll get down onto my stomach. I'm going to be down. And so instead of doing basically like a cobra specific exercise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hands out in front of me and I'm going to press up just till I have a little bit of pressure in my low back. Take a nice deep breath in and then breathe out. Hold for about 2 seconds, and then I'm gonna come all the way flat down and relax my back. Now, as I'm pressing up, I'm not using my back muscles to lift me, I'm using my hands to press up. And again, this exercise should not be painful. Next one that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna jump onto my back. I'm gonna take my hands behind my thigh, gonna bring my leg up till I feel some tension in the back of my leg, and then I'm just gonna do some really nice light toe pumps. I'm just gonna go up and down that way. And then what I'm going to do is hug my knee all the way in towards my chest, and I'm going to point my toe as I straighten my knee. I'm going to feel that in a slightly different place, and these are both nerve glides. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay on my side, and I'm going to do that one. All of these I'll do both sides. I'm going to lay on my side. This one's called the archer. I'm going to reach back, grab onto my rib cage, and rotate. And what I'm trying to do is kind of open up my mid back and just get some stretching. Going to do about 10 of those on each side, and that's going to be for the mid back. And then I'm going to do some hip 90-90 stretches. So you could do these switches 2 different ways. One of the easiest ways is feet stay in place. I'm going to pick up my knees, pivot through, sit into this position, trying to stay up nice and tall in the spine. If you don't have enough mobility in your back, you can kind of lean over to one hand and work through. And then eventually, as you start to stretch out your hips, you'll be able to move. Another way that you can do it to include some core is actually picking up the feet and doing a switch that way. And so those are 2 different kind of techniques that you can use. And so that's kind of the mobility portion. The other one I might throw in as well, if you have a little bit of extra time, would be the basic cat-cow, where you're trying to arch your back as far as you can, kind of sinking down in. Now, if you have a current low back pain or a disc injury, it might be a little bit bothersome to go too much into flexion. So you may just work into the extension component, just getting that spine moving. Next one I'm going to shift into is going to be 3 exercises for some core strength warm up. First one's going to be a modified sit up. Hands are going to be behind your back, and you're going to press your back down, lift your head, and then I'm just going to take some small breaths from this position. And I'm really just trying to tighten my abs as if I was pushing out into my fingers right here. Next one I'm going to do is a side plank. Now, same thing. I'm actually going to go for my knees, so we're not doing a full side plank. This is a modified side plank. And my goal is I'm going to feel activation here in my core. Also feel on the downside hip. Trying to maintain good shoulder over shoulder position. And I'm trying to tighten my abdominal muscles as much as possible. You only need about a 20-second hold on each side for each of those. And I would flip back and forth a couple of times, depending on how much you feel like you need. The last one that I'm gonna do is a bird dog. What I'm gonna do is create that same core tension. I'm gonna push in and touch my wrist to my knee. I'm gonna extend out. And as I extend out, I'm trying to keep that core nice and tight and keep that nice curvature in my back, and I'm not over flexing or overextending as I'm doing any of these positions. I'm trying to just keep that back nice and stable, and I'm going to do both sides there.